Testing, 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 testing. Hold on. Testing. Testing. Can I be heard? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Can I be heard? If I could be heard, type one. Testing, testing. Can I be heard? If I could be heard, type one. Okay. I guess it's a while up there. All right, Shalom Israel. Hold on, let me see. Make sure this is Tawab. If y'all can let me know if you can hear or not throughout the course of the class, it'll be greatly appreciated. Okay. Okay. All right, Shalom. I want to say Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Barakatham, Yahweh Shemar Alatham Bashem Yahshai to the sisters, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Barakatham to the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Alatham Bashem Yahshai to the sisters. It's the ISUPK Wednesday night law class. And today we're going to talk about how you can become new. How you can become new. Because that's exactly what we need to do is be a new person. We got to get away from what the world created us to be, or when you're not in the truth, you're a product of what the world created, and what the world created is that something abominable in the sight of the Lord in regards to your lifestyle, how you conduct yourself, how you treat others. And that's what we're going to be talking about today in tonight's law class. Like it, find the notes. We're going to cover that. We're going to go over scriptures regarding so. If you brothers and sisters can let me know, if you could just type one and let me know you can hear me. Type one. Okay. All right. All right. All right. We're gonna give it one more minute before we get started. We're going to give it one more minute before we get started. We got a lot of scriptures to go over. Looking for all right. All right, so we're going to go to Psalms 119. We're going to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 109. To start this lesson off, Psalms 119, verse 109, and it reads, it's like, let me make sure this is 12. It's like it. Psalms 119 and 9. Psalms 119 and 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto, according to thy word. I'll read it again. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto, according to thy word. So the question being posed is, how shall a young man or woman, an Israelite, cleanse their way? This is the question that we have to ask ourselves, being Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. And this is a question important to have. You should look to be cleansed. Now, if you are asking the question, how do I be cleansed? Then what were you, or what are you prior to being cleansed, or prior to being clean? Not clean, obviously, meaning you're not living a lifestyle that the Most High and Yahushua deem righteous. You're living that of a wicked lifestyle, an evil lifestyle. Your mind frame, the way you handle things, is not of the Lord. See? But you want to come into the mindset of, I need to clean myself up. I need to clean myself up. Today we're going to go over some scriptures regarding that, around Psalms 119 and 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? And the answer to it is this. If you want to get off of drugs, if you need help getting off of drugs, if you want to get out of a lustful mind state, if you want to get out of the mindset of being a gangbanger, if you need help overcoming whatever addictions you may have as far as drugs, alcoholism, illicit sex, things of that nature, everything contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you have to take heed to this word. You have to take heed to this word. You have to listen to this Bible. You have to follow this Bible. You have to change your life. See? We're going to go to Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Let's go to Romans chapter 12. We're going to read verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. I'll read it again. Romans 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world. See, the problem is we are conformed to this world. As Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are conformed to this world, meaning what? What the world says is okay, we say is okay. But when you get into this Bible, when you read about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, when you read about Yahushua HaMashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, you learn that the world is in opposition with this Bible here. You learn that this world hates God, hates anything righteous, hates anything holy. Because I tell you, the world that we live in today under Esau is an unholy empire. This is not a righteous, holy kingdom. This is an unholy kingdom. Holy meaning separate, right? This place, look, we go to Revelation 18:4 just to show you. Let's go to Revelation 18:4. It reads, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins," in reference to America, "her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities." You see that? This America is mentioned in the Bible. That's a fact. "And the sins of this place have reached unto the heavens." Meaning what? From examples such as them legalizing gay marriage, man on man, woman on woman, right? From all the sex trafficking that goes on here, for all the lives of Israelite lives that are taken by violence and force by our oppressor, those sins reach into the Most High, and the Most High is fed up with this place. But also the mentality of this place. Look at our women, for example. Our women flex the fact that they have multiple partners. As a woman, having multiple partners is not a flex. You're a whore, according to the Bible. And you should look to change. You should aspire to change your lifestyle, change the way you think, change your mindset. You see? And you'll reap the benefits of doing so, because you reap the benefits of not changing your mind. You reap the benefits of being worldly. You reap the benefits of having 5 or 6 different men. You reap the benefits. I say benefits. I use that very loosely. But you reap the benefits. If you're a man having sex with men, you're going to get AIDS. You're going to get HIV and AIDS. It's a fact. It's going to happen if it hasn't already. You're going to get an STD. If you're a woman, if you're a woman, hey, Shalom Lord Christ. If you're a woman that has multiple sex partners, you're going to get STDs. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's going to happen. And so you should look to change your life. You should look to change your life. You should stop in your tracks, get in this Bible, come into the ISUBK and learn this truth. So we're going to go back to Romans 12:2. "And be not conformed to this world." And that's the problem with us. We're conformed to this world and its way of thinking. Let's go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Kind, if you don't mind. The
book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world.
Right. Love not the world. Read on.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Neither the things that are in the world. The problem is you love the things of the world. We as Blacks and Hispanics, we love the world more than we love Christ, more than we love the Bible, more than we love God. Read on.
If any man love the world.
And if you love the world, if you have a worldly mindset, if you have no problem sleeping with other men's wives, if you have no problem being a woman, being with other women, if you have no problem with stealing, lying, and being covetous, then you are of the world. You understand? With that, I'm gonna pass the class to Precinct Officer Sergeant Quash.
Hey, Most High in Christ, as always, we got to give that priest a powerful hand. Going in on loving this world and being submissive to our enemy's ways. You know what I'm saying? This is a law class. This is a law class. Go to Luke 16 and 17. And if I may, if we take the world for what the world is today, y'all love the world. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians love the world. How can any other people be so disrespected and destroyed by the world and still honor it? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's go a little deeper into what I want to say. In today's world, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians respect, and not only respect, but love man's laws.
Right.
Now, let's talk about it. Every election cycle, we're hearing about the law. We're hearing about the Constitution. We're hearing about ways and means and what can happen and what can't happen, what Trump could have done, what Biden can do, and all of these things that the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians like put their whole essence in. But we never hear about God's law. Do we hear about God's law, if I may? So read that scripture real quick, and let's jump it off. Go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 17.
The reason why we're going to read this is because Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians believe the laws is done away with. Why? Why are the laws done away with? God's law is done away with, but man's law is still relevant. Does that make sense?
Right.
To anyone who loves the Most High, does that make sense? The laws that the Most High made are done away with. But the laws that Trump, Biden, Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, whoever you want to name, those laws are relevant. Go ahead and read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 17. And it is easier for heaven and earth to pass than one tittle of the law to fail.
So listen, heaven, come on, man, heaven and earth to pass to one tittle of the law. So let me ask you a question. How many times does man change his laws? How many times is man laws? Listen, I've been to jail for marijuana in Nevada.
Right.
For a roach that they got in my ball cap. Now it's legal. You can smoke, you can do whatever you want to. Man's law changes because of what? money.
Right.
The Bible tells us that God's law is not changing, man.
Right.
It's not ending and it's not changing. Man's law is about money and politics. But Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians follow that. They follow that. Your grandparents that didn't like weed like it now. It's okay now. Correct?
Right.
Read that from the top again.
Kanawakan. And it is easier for heaven and earth to pass than one tittle of the law to fail.
See, let me ask you, there's laws in America that tell you you can't sleep with a cow.
Right.
You understand that?
Right.
There's laws in America that a woman is okay at 14. She may be 18. State by state. Do y'all understand that? Man's law only matters with the conditions of man. God's law is just, listen, Salakia, go on and give me Romans 7 and 12. The Most High law is the Most High's law. It's what we should adapt to. Does everybody get that? Or let me know. Raise your hand up if I'm crazy. Somebody let me know. God's law, we adapt to. Man's law adapts to us.
Right.
Do you understand that? If everybody demanded to drive 85 miles an hour, guess what? They'll change it. Because the constituents, the congressmen, the state congressmen would say, my constituents want to drive 85 miles an hour. The people changes man's law. The priest just was talking about loving the world, man. If you follow man's law, you love the world. Correct? But let me say this. Following man's law over God's law is what I'm trying to say. We can follow man's law. And I know y'all like, what does that mean? Let me explain. It's not against the Bible to go 35 miles an hour.
Right.
It's not against the Bible that I can't slap the shit out of somebody. Salakia. It's not against man's law or God's law if I follow man's law to not steal, to not rob. That don't go against the Bible. You understand that? The Most High has made man's law adjustable for us. We can follow man's law. But the problem that I'm trying to get to is our people respect, honor, and follow man's law over the Most High's law. So let's talk about it. Go ahead and read that when you get it.
Kanawakan. The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Wherefore the law is holy.
It's what?
Is holy.
God's law is separate. It's for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Am I correct?
God.
Everybody can follow man's law. East Indian, Sudanese, Eritrean, Ethiopian, they can all come over here and go 35 miles an hour, correct?
Right.
Go ahead.
And the commandment holy and just.
And what?
And just.
Go ahead.
And good.
Listen, our commandments are separate also. And it's just and it's good for us. Man's law, Listen, driving 35 miles an hour is not going to make you a better man.
Right.
Walking on the right side of the sidewalk is not going to help you be a better husband. Not throwing paper on the goddamn ground, Salakia, is not going to make you a stronger brother. It's God's law that's separate and just. Read that again, Salakia.
Khan. Wherefore the law is holy.
Is what?
Is holy.
That's so important, man. It's separate. It's only for us. Go ahead.
And the commandment holy and just and good.
So I just said that there's no problem with us following the laws of the land. You understand that? I don't want my brothers in the county jail. I don't want that. That's not just for us. Tell me a law in the Bible for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that'll put you in jail.
Right.
Tell me one.
Right.
Tell me a law that's going to make you a worser person or a bad brother, a bad husband, a bad whatever the case may be. It doesn't happen, man. That's why the Bible said those laws are what? Just. Go ahead and give me John 1:17. So we have to understand as Israelites, these laws come from our ancestors, from Moses to Christ, correct?
Right.
So these laws are not what Nancy Pelosi says. It's not what George Washington said. Meaning this, in George Washington days, we were 3/5 of a goddamn man.
That's right.
We were nothing.
Right.
We were nobodies, as we are today. But it's just Nancy Pelosi don't want to tell you that. Right?
Right.
But in the laws of the Most High, from Moses to Christ, it has always been righteous. The laws of Moses was righteous.
Right.
The laws of Christ was righteous, correct? You can't tell me the laws of George Washington is righteous. You can't, man. Even the devil can't. Even they will admit the mistakes. They'll justify it because they're deceivers. That's what they do.
Right.
But anyone else knows that those laws are not just. Go ahead and read that when you get it.
The book of John, chapter 1, verse 17.
Go ahead.
For the law was given by Moses.
It was given by who?
By Moses.
So, is that law righteous?
Khan.
Somebody talk to me, man. Was that law righteous? Was it righteous?
Khan.
Go ahead.
But grace and truth came by Jesus Christ.
So listen. Salakia, y'all, if I may. Grace and truth was given by Yahweh Shai Mashiach. The law through Moses, right? What's the difference? What is the Bible telling you right there about the law, man? Anybody? what did that scripture just explain? Read it from the top.
For the law was given by Moses.
By who?
By Moses.
So we know the laws given by Moses. We know what Christ did with the laws of Moses, correct? And but listen, we understand that, but continue reading.
But grace and truth came by Jesus Christ.
Explain that.
If I could.
Go ahead.
So by Moses came the law, but from Christ came grace and truth. Understanding the law.
I want to love you. So powerful. The understanding. I mean, listen, for real. The reason why that's so important, there is no understanding in man's law.
Right.
What do? They argue. You got the right, you got the left. It don't matter what happens, they don't agree with each other. You can have go ahead.
So, Salaki, if I may, I don't mean to interrupt you, sir.
No, go ahead.
But what you bringing out so heavy, especially about American law or the so-called devil's law, because their law is it depending on who's explaining it, can bring understanding differently. Like if I got a better lawyer than you, let's say the defense attorney trying to say, well, you're guilty because of whatever reason. And if my lawyer can explain better than you, then you know what I mean, I'll win the case. Or if my lawyer is not suffice enough, then I'll lose in the explanation of the law. So that just goes to show that it's not clear and precise like the law, like what Tabawan brought out, that Christ, the way he exemplified the law, you know what I'm saying? It showed that it's, one way. It's not well, I see it this way, you see it that way. That's the Christian church. The Christian church will say, my interpretation of it. That's just like American law. You got Johnny Cochran as your lawyer, you know what I'm saying? You can explain the law better than George Washington intended. You don't know what George Washington intended, but let Johnny Cochran explain it the right way, you might get out of your case.
Everybody get them in the hand.
Salaki.
So, if I may, that's the importance of Christ giving the understanding and the example of the law. Man's law is about this. Who cares what murder means?
Right.
When it comes to man's law, murder is state by state.
Right.
Murder, according to the Bible, is killing anyone unlawfully. Correct?
Right.
That's not murder if you defend yourself. But in the white man's law, it is murder if you defend yourself, depending on what state you in.
Right.
I understand Florida got stand your ground. Although black people can't use that law.
Right.
California, what's the self-defense law? You shoot somebody coming in your house, you going to prison for manslaughter. Involuntary or voluntary. You going to jail for defending yourself. No?
Right.
Yay, maybe. Do y'all understand that? In Nevada, same thing. The point I'm trying to make is man's law, there's no structure in it. There's structure in the Most High's law. So how can Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians follow man's law over God's law? How do you do it? What sense does it make? Because following God's law will have you in good reverence with the Most High. You want to be, listen, there's so many black people that want to say, I'm no threat. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I pay my taxes. I am a good black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man.
Right.
But you eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. You a faggot. Salakia. You are you're LGP IUIC GMS. You know what I'm saying? Those are the letters I add to it. You are part of that movement, which is a bully movement, by the way. And,
Right.
and my point is, that's what you want? You want to be a part of society's law? Are you kidding me? In society today, you cannot say anything negative against a gay person and an Asian person today by white man's law.
Right.
Right now, today, you can drop the hard R, nigger, and cracker, but you can't say faggot. You can't say chink.
Right.
Man's law, and excuse my language, y'all. Excuse my language, but I have to be real. Man's law says that Asians are more important than black people. George Floyd didn't cause a law of black hate. Am I correct?
Right.
But because the Kung Fu shaman, Salakia, the woman that whooped the white man in New York, she whooped him. She beat him up. And there's Asian hate here, Asian hate there. There's a law on the books that say you can't hate Asian people. Show me a law where you can't hate black people. Show it to me. Black people have been hung. Right. Show me a law where you can't hate Hispanic people. Hispanic people have been hung. Right. Show me a law where you can't hate native people of this land. Right. You can say Indian or whatever you want to say. Show me a law that says you can't hate them when natives was hung, man. Right. Destroyed, land taken, right. Smallpox, right. Chemical warfare.
Right.
But some Asian woman gets slapped, and all of a sudden there's a law that you can't hate Asian people? Man, listen, man. The only reason why this is relevant is because Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians don't follow God's law. Right. If we follow God's law, we wouldn't give a damn about an Asian law. Go ahead. Make it illegal to have a fag disrespected, an Asian disrespected. You do that. Because us in the truth, we're not going to disrespect them anyway.
Right.
It doesn't harm us. We will tell you the truth about them, but those laws don't hinder us. We need Negroes like me to stop smoking weed,
right.
To stop killing people,
right.
To stop doing drugs, getting too effeminized that you want to harm somebody. let's pass a law to make Negroes men again.
Yeah, that's right.
How about that? Who gives a damn about an Asian law? Let them have it. Why? It's man's law, huh? It's man's law.
Right.
The Bible don't tell you don't hate Asians. Am I correct?
Right.
The Bible don't tell you don't hate homosexuals. So what you worried about what man say? You know why you worried about what man say? It's what I walked into when I came into this class. And that's the priest talking about loving the world.
Right.
Y'all love it, man. You love that all of these. Give me somebody. Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, which is a male goddamn horse. And she proud of that name. They are black superstars, correct?
Right.
No, hold on. I'm serious, y'all. Think about this. In American culture, Megan Thee Stallion is a black superstar, or am I lying?
Right.
You know why? Because the people that see her as that love man's law.
Right.
Everybody in this room and in our world sees Commanding General Yohana as a superstar. Am I correct?
Right.
General Muhammad and all the generals as superstars, correct?
Right.
Examples, people who we want to be like, all of the captains, correct?
Right.
All of the people over us. Those are the superstars. You know why? We follow God's law.
Right.
And not man's law. Man's law is disgusting. Go ahead.
Salakia, not to cut you off, I was just gonna say, earlier what you brought out was so heavy because the law that they have created back in the day, even it was a time where it was the opposite. Like they have right now a law to protect Asians, a law to protect the LGBTQ. The exact opposite was for us. They had a law to harm us.
Yes.
It was okay to do the things to us.
That is heavy.
You know what I'm saying? Salaki, I don't mean to, you know what I'm saying, go back on that topic, but it was okay to lynch us and kill us and to, you know, do us harm. You understand?
Yeah.
The opposite of what an Asian has. And that's how you know we are the children of Israel. That's how you know we are in hell. That's how you know we are, you understand, in slavery and captivity, because not only did they not give you a law, they had laws at one point in time to harm you.
Man.
That was legal. It was United States law to kill black people and to harm black people, man. That is heavy, man. If you think about that, and the Asians have a law to protect them, but you can't even get that. But yet you have a black mayor, you have a black governor, you have a black congressman, you have black this and black that, and all the black people swear by. You understand that we've made it in America,
and that's so heavy, man. Give me Romans 7:7.
Kind of one
and let's get into what you just said. Let's get into what you just said, because that's heavy, Op. Listen. If Thabawan, Bakar, and the brother Sawab, Salakia, let's talk about us, man. I just gotta do it, man. If we didn't know the law, and I know my brother Thabawan has been dealing with this for years. But if we didn't know the law, what the hell would we be doing? Would we drive 3 hours from Las Vegas to come congregate with our brothers talking about the Bible?
Wow.
We might do that if it's a bunch of big tails and everything in here, weed, drugs, and everything that we like in the world. That's the difference. I gotta make a difference today between man's law and God's law. We here because we're under God's law. But we could have been here under man's law. But this is the California school of the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? And I got to give props to Captain Gadalhar, of course. This is the school of the ISUPK. We can't come in here talking about some let's kick it. Let's hang out. Let's do some drugs, invite women in here and do the things that niggas do in the world. Correct? So hold up. We do this because of God's law. And God's law is beautiful, man. Y'all understand that? Man's law is so disrespectful that we might have congregated and killed each other because of a dispute here, a dispute there. But before I go there, go ahead and read that. We're gonna get there though. Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 7.
Go ahead.
What shall we say then? Is the law sin?
Hold on. Let's talk about this. Is me following the law sin? Is that a sin? You understand that man's law teaches that that is a sin.
Right.
Through their Christian church. It's a sin to follow the law. Go to the Supreme Court and talk about murder, adultery, abortion. According to the Bible, abortion is unlawful, period. Am I correct?
Right.
Homosexuality is unlawful, period. What does the Supreme Court say? It's lawful to be gay. It's lawful to have abortions. There's been many state battles. Can kids have pork in schools? Do y'all understand why your kid can go to the county schools, the state schools, and get a little pepperoni pizza? There's a reason why. Because there was a discussion. Wait a minute. Can we have pork? Why is all the discussions involved with God's laws? Go ahead.
I could. Creflo Dollar, he said in one of his recent sermons, like 2-3 years ago, he said that Satan wants you to keep God's laws.
Man.
No. I was thinking.
No, he did. He did say that.
He said, it says that in a sermon preached by Creflo Dollar, he claimed that the devil wants us to keep God's law because if we keep God's law, we will sin.
Yes. Yes. And the crazy thing about that is Creflo Dollar will hire lawyers to make sure he's not breaking man's law. You understand that?
Right.
He will hire attorneys to make sure he's not breaking any type of tax bracket He doesn't drive and break the law. He doesn't sell crack. He doesn't pimp. He don't do any of these things that'll break man's law. But he's on a mission for you to break God's law. And let's quickly talk about that. Let's go off script real quick to say one thing. Creflo Dollar, who does he check in with? Anybody? Go ahead.
The Roman Catholic Church.
Man. It's a known fact. Creflo Dollar will never say he's a Catholic, but will tell you everything, every decree the Roman Catholic Church has to say. He is a disgusting Mason. And I love to be out here in California because I'm with Tabawan, my nigga. Salakia, my brother, you know. And we gonna beat those secret societies in Egypt up. We're gonna do it. But Creflo Dollar loves white people's laws.
Right.
Loves them. Not God's law. You know why? Because according to God's law, we can never follow that pastor, that effeminate brother that misleads the flock.
Right.
You understand that?
That's right.
According to the Bible and God's law, he is an abomination. So, of course, he's going to say, Satan wants you to follow the laws of the Bible.
Right.
Although he has no problem with tithes.
Right.
He loves that. He also has no problem with multiple wives.
Right.
Because he's not sleeping with one woman, Creflo. He also doesn't have a problem with homosexuality.
Right.
Now, I don't know if he slept with a man or not. I don't know. I can't have that evidence towards him. But he supports men that did.
Right.
I would hope that if any man in here could prove homosexuality on another man, he no longer would associate with that man. Now, what that man does after that, repent or whatever, that has nothing to do with us. Correct?
Right.
But at that point, no, Ak. Beat it. I ain't talking about Michael Jackson song. But beat it. You can't be in here. Correct?
Right.
But y'all got me off. Y'all got me off topic, man. Go ahead and give me go ahead and read Romans 7:7 again, because there's a couple of points I want to make. And Salakia, it's so heavy, man, because we are taught, and I'm not talking about the priests and prophets of the Lord. We are special, man.
Right.
We understand and we know what we're going through. But there's so many brothers out there right now that don't know. But they close to knowing. It's borderline. They like to watch videos like, damn, them niggas telling the truth. But look, they watch the videos like this. Man, that nigga talking about it. You feel me? Because man's law say you can smoke weed.
Right.
They got to understand God's law. You can't smoke weed. You can't, man. I know it's cute if you think you could do it, but you can't. Read that from the top, Baba Kusha.
Khan. What shall we say then? Is the law sin?
Is it sin? Go ahead.
God forbid.
Hold on. Is it sin? God forbid means what? If I could give you a slang, of course not. Go ahead.
Right. Nay, I had not known sin.
What?
I had not known sin.
Go ahead.
But by the law.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. How many brothers in here has eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster?
Right.
You ain't know it was sin until you understood the what?
The
Go ahead.
law, sir.
The law. This is how powerful the Bible is to us. Of course, us raised in America have eaten that garbage, which our children has the opportunity to never do. I remember going to Hush Puppies in Nevada. Catfish.
Right.
Yeah, you hear me? Going to the Chinese folks and getting that shrimp fried rice. And then thinking you was almost cute because your mama took you for lobster.
Right.
Mama take me to Red Lobster? You thought you was cute. Hey, Salakia, you thought you was special, man.
Right.
How many niggas in this ain't lobster special? I mean, think about it, man. That's you've made it.
Right.
You take one of these tackhead broads out for lobster, they gonna tell everybody this nigga took me. We had lobster. Because you didn't know that was a sin until you understood the law, man.
That's right.
The law. God's law. Show me where man's law says you can't eat lobster. Somebody show me. It's not there. Man's law will have you eating all manner of abomination. Continue reading.
For I had not known lust except the law had said.
Hold on. We have not known lust before the law. Now, every man in this room, I would say besides my nigga over there, Salakia, Baba One, you've been in this truth, I hope you ain't mad at me. But you've been in this truth long, man. You've understood it. Can I at least say that? You've understood it. So listen. Bakar.
Khan on one Khan.
Asan de Quash. Little girls popping their tail as youngsters. Let me tell you something. That was gold. Am I correct?
Khan on one Khan.
I remember, I might get checked for this, but I remember we used to play a game. We used to play the field game in Las Vegas, Clark County School District. We had the field game. We some cold tyrants at 9 years old, filling on the girls and playing that game, lusting. My uncles, my OGs would be like, y'all niggas is, yeah. They was proud of us. for that. We didn't know what lust was until we understood the law. Me and my brother, we can't go to the club and get whores out the club.
Right.
We can't. Why? Because of the law. We respect, we honor, and we follow the law. Before that, what could we do? In the world, what could you do? Come on, man. Let's talk, man. Go ahead.
Salakia, man, in the world, you already know, like, it was, the goal was to get as many whores as you could. You know what I'm saying? Right. In the world, like, your whole thing is about, you know, that one night. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter about, you know, being with a woman, teaching her. Right. You just trying to.
But we learned the law. Go ahead.
If I could.
Go ahead, Salah.
No, I was gonna say what y'all bringing out is so heavy because, especially in that aspect, like, I don't know if you know who PJ Washington is.
Of course.
He's a role player. I was at most. He's a brother in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he probably grew up doing the same thing. And now he was with a woman who, after she had his baby, not even 2 weeks after, right? Mm-hmm. She broke up with him. And now this man has to pay, what is it, $200,000 a month for the next 18 years?
Yes.
Because of the type of woman he went after. He went after a whore. He tried to cuff a whore. He got a whore pregnant, and she showed her true colors that she was a whore. And
if I may, if I may, man's law taught her that she can have sex with a man and get child support for 18 years. That's man's law. God's law would have taught her, no, you got to be with that man for the rest of your life.
Right.
God's law would have taught PJ, you can't be with this whore. Because she was a whore before he knew her. Look at her. God's law would have taught him better. Man's law, guess what? Have sex with him. Get him to love you. We're going to have him pay you for 18 years. But the thing that people don't realize, it's longer than 18 years.
Right.
Anybody that got child support will know if you're not married, then you're right. But she's gonna also claim some spousal. You understand that? Some spousal type of things. And this brother who's not a superstar,
right,
it's gonna be mediocre for the rest. I don't give a fuck if he shoot like he could be Steph Curry, like right. But because he slept with a whore, he will never have the money and the clout he could have. Why? Because he followed man's law. Go ahead.
Salakia, if I may, that story is so tragic just because you understand the girl. I don't know if she's a sister or not. She might be a sister. Right. She coveted that man since he was 17, like preyed on him. And like you say, she's been with the likes of a lot of NFL, NBA. She is not her first go around. And like you said, because of American law, and just even her being from, you know what I'm saying, nothing, and even just thinking that this is the way she has to, you know, go about having success in America. It still falls on the back and the responsibility of our oppressor, because our sisters, she's not the only one. Like I say, Salaki, I work in a nightclub. I worked last night, and I seen many sisters trying their best to be noticed by NBA players. You understand? And somebody to fall in love with them or to make the mistake and get them pregnant. You understand? And it happens because America, you're in hell. You're in captivity. And our women, they're going to prey upon any brother that has success, has a name, has any type of notoriety. And to her, it's a win situation. You can't tell her that she did anything wrong.
Hold on, Salakia.
Because of what you bringing, Salaki, if I may, because of what you bringing out, you can't tell her that she did nothing wrong. She's won. Every woman's goal is to get that type of brother. It ain't to get a hardworking brother to build with. It's to get a brother who has money, who don't know what to do with it. Go ahead,
if I may, I agree with what you said, but us as men, we allow women to fool us too much, man.
Right.
That's not what that woman's after. It's not. Can I make a bold statement right now? Those women that are after the so-called NBA money and all that, they're not after the money. Why don't men understand that? They're not. If we can admit they have a demon on them, what the hell does a demon care about money? It's not that. You know what it is? It's fame. It's notoriety. Let me prove my point and talk for a minute. You can be the richest man on the planet, and your so-called rib will go with Earl. Who the hell is Earl? Earl is the new thing. He's popular. He's what everyone's paying attention to right now. How many billionaires, millionaires have been cheated on? Are y'all serious? Do you really think these women are about money? Maybe I'm crazy, but everybody in this room can go knock the so-called gold digger if we was on that level by your conversation. Because maybe they feel what you said, damn, he's gonna be something. That's some real shit. I've never heard that before. God damn. Ain't nobody ever talked to me like that. Ain't nobody said I was fine in those words before. While the brother got him $4 million over there. Me and Thabawan, we got 500 between the two of us for a bottle. But Thabawan got her attention. Got her ready to go back to the Holiday Inn. Not the Bellagio. Are y'all kidding me? Man, we better grow the hell up and understand that our whores are about fame, man.
Right.
Don't give a damn about no NBA star. NBA. What does that mean? Oh, he's popular, right?
Right.
How much money does he make? LeBron James have been with his woman for how long? Huh?
Forever.
Huh? My point is this. My point is this. The big money people, they've been with their ribs for years, man. The new money cats, you just read the story. 18 years. You got to pay child support because he thought he was cute. He rich. I can get her. You know what she thinking? He not big enough. He's not popular enough. I want LeBron. You know how many women after Russell Westbrook right now? You feel me? It's fame, man. Ain't no money. It's not. It's not. Trust me when I say that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I hear exactly where you're coming from, but that stuff like that is, because of man's law, it's legal. Like that's highway robbery. So like it, because $200,000 a month for 18 years. You're like in
nobody has had box that good. If I may, and I hope I don't get checked for this. I want some box that's good enough for 200,000. Man, listen. Somebody please direct me in the position of some box good enough for $200,000 a month.
So
where is it at?
So like it, if I could,
go ahead.
and 2,400,000 a year, and 44 million at the end of 18 years.
And that has nothing to do with, hey, your child needs this.
Right.
Your child needs that. Hey, I want to take my child here. I want to take my child there. Not with no government support, but hey man, I'm taking my child to France. This thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But you know why? Because man's law says that's her baby. That's what man's law say. The Bible say that we are the head of the house. Give me Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 11:3. Please give me that. The Bible gives us the perfect example of a household. Man's law says the woman is in charge. Go to court, have a woman that isn't on crack, isn't on meth, isn't, totally ridiculous. She's going to have the baby. She's going to have the baby in the projects. She's going to have the baby in so many foul situations. But the law is on her side. Give that to me when you got it. Baba Kushal.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3.
Salaki, I said second.
No sweat.
Salaki, go ahead.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Hold on. Don't ever read past that too fast. Because the man that we are talking about has Christ as his head. You understand that? This ain't no sucker nigga. He got the strongest black man that has ever lived
Right.
as his head. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Why? That man got Christ as his head. Y'all understand that?
Right.
Now, a man is always the head of his woman, but you can't get mad at that woman who doesn't respect a man that Christ is in his head. Now, somebody correct me, because according to the Bible, we have, let me say it again, we have an example. Read that from the top, Baba Quisha.
Khan. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The man. God damn it. Go ahead.
Read or you want me?
Yeah, go ahead and read.
And the head of Christ is God.
Hold up. Read that again.
And the head of Christ is God.
So, the man is the head. The woman should follow her man because he's guided by Christ and the laws of the Most High. Because if you guided by Christ, you're guided by the laws. Am I correct?
Right.
Because Christ, man, is the perfect example of the laws. So that woman wants to or should, I got to excuse me, I got my grill in. I'm slurring, I got my grill in, Salakia. But that woman should want to follow a man that has Christ as his king, man. Not just because you a man, not just you a Jake you're a Jake in the earth. You a buster, man. You a punk. You ain't righteous. That sister should follow you because you're a male. That ain't what the Bible just said. The Bible said something very, very important. The head of man, all of us, is our king, Christ.
Right.
Like any king, he's always the example of his subordinate. We'll kill for that king, correct?
Right.
We'll ride. We'll die. We'll do what our king wants us to do. That's why that woman should follow us. Because we following God's law, man. You understand that?
That's right.
But the big thing, Salakia, the beautiful thing about that scripture is our king follows the Most High. Read that again.
Khan. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
Who?
God.
Who?
God.
The head of the whole situation of us following, right? Follows the Most High, man. Follows the law. Follows the law of God. because we gotta say God, because who we speaking to. Y'all understand what I'm saying, man?
Right.
But you know what? In America, the head of every woman is not a man. They don't need a man. They don't need us. Because they don't realize these white boys ain't came out these goddamn caves yet. It's very listen, I'm gonna share a quick story. And I was a young man in the ISUPK. There was a flood in Florida. I heard about what the brothers did in Florida with the boats and everything, even in Texas. I heard about what was going on. I remember that water rising in Pompano Beach, Florida, to the point where my black ass was like, look, I'm getting on the roof. I'm getting on the roof. Y'all like, what does that mean? Guess what? There was so many black women where I was, man. Single. No man. So guess what? I couldn't get on the roof. I had to help them. I had to make sure they was okay. I couldn't let the woman be by herself. I'm in Florida where a bunch of haters is at in Pompano Beach, but they don't need a man. Listen, don't let that ever get to y'all, brothers. Don't ever let that black woman get to you when she says she don't need a man.
Right.
That is mental illness. Are you crazy? There's a clan and an Aryan race that is ready to destroy you. You can't never battle them by yourself. You should be, listen, you should be in this school right here in California. What's the address over here? 246 Highland. Y'all should be lining up out here in California to support the priests, because these are the men that will defend you when shit hit the fan. You ain't got no protection. Reverend Cornbread will be in Lancaster in a mansion away from problems, doing his white neighbor's dishes to make sure that everything is okay. He will show that he is a good Negro while you and your son have no protection. But Commander General Yohana has absolutely kept a way for y'all to have that protection under the law of the Most High. So, Salakia, you know, it's always a great thing, man. I'm gonna always get off script. That's a song to quash, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Give me 1 John 3 and 4. Let's go ahead.
So, Salaki, if I may, just to comment on the scripture in Corinthians, man. Just to comment on the scripture in Corinthians, Salakia, if I may, most women, especially when they, abide by the laws of America, man, they feel as if they're not gonna follow a man unless money is their head. You understand? They're all about, you got to bring in all the money take care of all the bills, and then they'll submit to you. And I had to bring that up only because, I speak from experience, man. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, if you have your head is Christ, and you're following the law, statutes, and commandments, trying to do the work of the Lord, every woman that you come in contact should be under you and should not praise you, but you understand, should respect you as a man of God, as a priest of the Lord, man. But these women only respect you once you have, you understand, a certain amount of dollars.
Give me Isaiah 33 and 22. And if I may, let me watch my mouth right now. Who cares what a woman expects you to do? It's Salakia. Who cares? If a woman tells you, hey, Salakia, they ain't gonna say Salakia, but look, nigga, you gotta have XYZ.
Right.
Then why are you dealing with that animal? That's not anything a man that has Christ as his head would submit to.
Right.
Now, if Christ is your head, I absolutely know that you can change that sister's spirit. Christ is your head. You can show her an example of a man which she's never seen before.
Right.
So maybe material things isn't everything she care about. But if it is, to hell with her, man.
That's right.
Why is that even a conversation? Who cares? Hey, you know what, sis? After I told you you're Israelite and, you more than that, but all you are is a backdrop, booty shaking heifer. Shalom, sis. Because the Lord obviously isn't ready for you. The Lord will touch her when the Lord pleases. I'm not about to go and get with this woman because her booty big. Hey, you know what, sis? Hey, check this out. You need the Lord. And you made to look stupid. What you gonna do? Hey, Salakia, sis, I'm telling you. You gotta have the Lord. Man, get the hell out of here with that. That's
right.
Worldly shit. You know what I'm saying? You got your big behind and cute face to attract niggas in the world.
Right.
Can I make a bold statement? And don't nobody get mad at me. I've said this before. And I'll say it again on camera. And Asar Naquash, whatever. Give me Precious over Beyonce. If Precious is with the work of the Lord, nigga. I said that. Nigga, give me Precious.
That's right.
It's whatever. Y'all keep the cute Beyoncés and you struggle and you go through all this bullshit with this fine ass broad. Guess what? My ugly that they say is righteous, nigga. And with me, and we surviving. While your cute ass broad is giving you hell and you need counsel from a nigga that got an ugly broad.
That's right.
Funny as you want it to be. Funny as you want it to be. Give me Precious while you have Beyonce and you go through hell with a woman.
That's right.
With that, shalom, Lord of Christ, man. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Hasham, Yahweh Shabbarakatah, to all of Israel.